Hello fellow travelers, in this video I will feature my first ever experience flying with ANA, the Room Business Class Suite. Okay, I'm sorry, it's not the room. I'm just kidding. But I wish I had. But hey, who needs the room when you've got a seat with character and a story to tell? Join me as recount my flight from Kuala Lumpur to Narita, Japan, a prelude to our hop to LAX. We're talking about a seat that's seen more air miles than most. So is it still the high flyer's choice at a cool $1,500 to $2,000 a pop? Or is it living on past glories? Fasten your seatbelts, we're about to find out. Alright, let's chat about the seating on this bird, the Boeing 7879. You've probably seen your fair share of seat configuration videos, so I'll keep it snappy. There are two cozy business class cabins. Up front has 8 rows, flaunting 30 seats, and the other a more intimate cabin with 3 rows and 10 seats. As for my family and I, we snagged the 10th and 11th row. And just like that, we're all set. If you need some extra space for your gear, here's a pro tip. Snag seat 11G or 11E. Why? Because you'll score this massive storage spot right up front, perfect for stashing your backpack and more. And let's talk about this 18-inch entertainment screen. It's super responsive and loaded with a solid selection of flicks and shows. Sure, it's not the biggest library out there, but with around 50 movies and some TV shows, plus Sky Live TV, you're all set for takeoff. Now, about those Panasonic on-ear headphones, they come sealed in a cheap plastic bag. And honestly, I'm not a fan. The on-ear headset tends to squeeze my ears a bit too much. But surprise, surprise, the sound quality, it was not bad at all. To top the entertainment delight, there's Wi-Fi on this flight. Awesome, right? Well, hold on to your wallets because it's gonna cost you $6 for half an hour of internet access. And don't get me started on the $16.95 for 3 hours or the eye-watering $21.95 for the whole flight. I mean, why ANA? Why? When we flew to the Maldives with Singapore Airlines, even the economy seats got free Wi-Fi. But enough of the ranting, right? Let's roll on. Okay, let's chat about the business class seat experience. Personally, I'm not sold out on the dark blue and off-white combo. Just doesn't click for me. Now, the room, the business class seats, those are a sight with their chic color palette. Here's the scoop on the seat specs. We're talking about a 62-inch pitch, 21 inches in width, and a stretched out space of 72 inches when it's bedtime. And the footwell, super spacious. I'm all about the extra wiggle room. I just love this footwell. But here's the snag, my seat wouldn't go all the way down into a full lie-flat position. Because of it, there was this awkward gap between the seat and the footwell. I'm not sure if it was just my seat being quirky or what. The seat controls are tucked away to the left of me, right under the hefty side table that could easily fit a 14-inch laptop. Plus, there's a reading light, power outlets, and a remote all within arm's reach. As for the goodies, I got this memory foam pillow which was a little firm to my liking, a comfy blanket, a seat topper used when sleeping, and slippers to slide into. But the amenity kit, nowhere in sight. I asked the crew about it and there seemed to be a bit of a mix-up. I ended up with just a pocket of lotion. No kit. Guess it's a no-go for shorter flights these days, huh? Post-pandemic penny pinching. Okay, in the lavatory you can find your mouthwash, face and body sheet to refresh yourself, and of course, your toothbrush and toothpaste. So there I was settling in my cushy business class seat when the flight crew came by with the welcome drinks. And guess what? They're in a plastic cup. Yep, plastic. In business class. No less. Now, I've been around the airline block a few times, but this was the first for me in business class. But hey, let's not judge a drink by its container, right? Because to be totally honest, the non-alcoholic concoction was delicious. You know, I was buzzing with excitement to dig into the culinary offerings of this ANA flight. I mean, I've heard rave reviews about their business class food and my taste buds were on high alert. So, once we hit cruising altitude, I dove into the menu. Now, for those who love a good tipple, they've got a killer lineup of Japanese sake. But me? I was all about the non-boozy options. And let's talk about tea, Japan's go-to drink, right? They had a whole parade of teas, which was awesome. And when it came time to pick the main event, they got two options: Japanese or international cuisine. I went full on Japanese. So we hit cruising altitude and it's chow time. The crew starts doing the rounds with lunch and handed this zesty kabusu with honey, ANA's claim to fame in the drink department. Thank God it is now in a glass. Kabusu, if you're wondering, is this snazzy green citrus fruit, kinda like a lemon or lime, and it's big in Japan. Fun fact, we've got these little babies back home in the Philippines too. Now, it packed a tart punch and leaned a bit sour for my liking, but man, it was tasty. So my food tray lands in front of me and it's like a mini feast in a box. 4 bowls, each with its own little surprise. First up, the Zensai bowl, the appetizer. It's a mix of salt grilled chicken, a smoked salmon asparagus roll, a Japanese omelette, and a simmered hijiki seaweed. That smoked salmon roll, a flavor bomb. The omelette, tiny but packed. And the seaweed, an interesting twist. The chicken had to sit this one out because I don't eat chicken meat. Then there's this miso soup. It's usually a hit and miss for me, but this one was spot on. Lots of seaweed, but there's no tofu in this miso soup. However, it has the right mix of salty sweet without the fishy vibe. Now, let's talk about this main course. It's a steamed white fish in a mushroom soup that's got a whole salty sweet flavor. Throw in some steamed white rice and you're in Asian cuisine nirvana. The proof? Empty bowls all around. But for the dessert, I went with the mixed fruits, passing up chocolate cake. Yep, I'm kicking myself. Post-meal drowsiness hit me like a ton of bricks, so I figured it was prime time for a snooze. The memory foam pillow was on the firmer side, and the seat, well, it didn't quite hit that flat, sweet spot. But exhaustion has a way of making any bed feel like clouds, so I clocked in a solid 2-hour nap. Meanwhile, my family? They skipped the dining and slept right after we soared into the skies. Fresh from my power nap, I was ready to nibble on something light. And what better choice than the plant-based ramen? As I waited for my ramen, they handed me a snack mix. Just the right amount of salty crunch to tease the taste buds. Then came the main act, the ramen. Let me tell you, those noodles were a masterpiece. Creamy yet fiery. A dance of flavors not for the faint of heart. If spicy is not your thing, steer clear. But if you're up for the challenge, it's a bowl of pure delight. Hope you had a blast tagging along in this culinary flight adventure. Curious about the economy class experience on Singapore Airlines? Just hit the thumbnail. Until our paths cross again in these friendly skies, take care and happy travels, my friends.